Hi, and welcome back to Studio Tamera, the mystical paintress. Today I'm sporting my Frida Kahlo look. It is the time of year where there are baby birds, so this shout out is to all the nature rehabbers and the people rescuing the little baby squirrels and bunnies and birds. This is a fake nest, of course, just for looks. I would never actually harm a bird nest. But anyways, 'tis the season for that. And I was out picking some roses and peonies and things like that. I just love the colors, and you can dry them and you can use them in the wintertime and boil them in the water, and it's just awesome. Anyway, so today we are going to do a very brief study of some wisteria. I'm not sure if you guys could see it, but right here we've got wisteria. It's just beginning. It's baby wisteria, but I'm trying to record all the things growing in my yard this year. So I'm going to get you guys really close, as usual, and let you watch the step-by-step process of me painting this wisteria behind here. So it's kind of hard to get it where you guys can see it. This morning I already had a great adventure. I was walking down this beautiful breezy little path to the beach by my house, and I'll put the palette up there so you guys could see what I'm doing. How about that? And anyway, there was something fluttering in the woods, and this is Pixie, by the way. I think this is going to be my new mascot on my easel. Maybe I could super glue her right on the top. Anyway, and there was some rumbling going on next to the road, and I looked over, and there's a dove, a mourning dove, laying wrapped up in a bunch of like vines and weeds and stuff. So of course I opened it all up so she could get out, and she flew up on the neighbor's house, but I still think something's wrong. So I'm going to keep my eye on her. In the meantime, here we go. We're going to do some wisteria. Right on. I'm excited about this. I always wanted to do paintings of the things in my yard. So normally with this easel, and can you see the wisteria up there? Maybe not, but normally with this easel, this would lay flat. But I want you to kind of see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to do a little study like this. I'm going to do this fairly quickly. So I'm going to take some darks. I'm going to take a little purple, that might not have been a good idea. Maybe, watch out, Pixie. Maybe we'll put it there. Okay. A little, see, oil paint will hold on. It's kind of a cool picture, isn't it? A little burnt umber, a little viridian or sap green, a little purple. Just mix a little dark here. And I'm going to look at, can you guys see the wisteria up there? It's beautiful, blowing in the wind. What a fabulous day. So, let's see. There's my crows. We're going to mix a great dark color. And let's see. I'm just going to kind of suggest this little thing here. Ooh, it's a windy day. It's beautiful. It's like one of those magical days that if you could record feeling and smell, it just smells like the wild roses and the honeysuckles blooming. So I'm just really lightly trying to suggest this. It's hard to do when the wind is blowing like this. By the way, yes, I will have some of these for sale and some of the prints, but right now the ones I'm doing in my yard, I'm gonna hang on to. I've already had people asking to buy them, and I'd be happy to make prints. I'd be happy to do paintings of plants in your yard. But right now I do not want to sell these. So Okay, so there's that one. And then there's one up in the background there, but I think we're gonna just suggest another one down here. Listen to my crows. Boy, they've got something to say today. We're also going to be painting some bittersweet nightshade in the backyard. We're going to do that next. So this is meant to be very quick study. So dark color, purple, green, brown, little blue, all broken. Dip it in your odorless terp can right here. And we're going to just, ooh, we don't want it that wet. I've never painted with my paints up in the air like this, so. I love listening to the wind. We have had in this area some owls at night, some great horned owls and some screech owls. It's just a heavenly place to live. I wouldn't want to live anywhere else in the world. So I'm just blocking in the background a little bit here. You know what? I have an excellent idea. You guys get yours drawn in. I'm using a Gorilla paint box insert here. There's my kitty cat. Oop, okay, that doesn't work. Well, if it wasn't broken, it arrived broken. So I'm trying to call Jerry's Artorama. This would go in my Gorilla paint box, but I can also use it on here just so you have another idea of a way to hold the painting, a little one, while you paint. Oh, Moon, come here. You want to say hi? I guess not. Okay. So, did everyone get your painting drawn in? If not, we're going to do it real quick. Big brushes. Just like this. Minimal economy of brush strokes. Use as few brush strokes as possible. Mix any dark color that you like. This is a painting, not a photograph. To purple, add brown. To brown, add green. To green, add blue. Or whatever you want. Just broken dark colors. Paint's got to move. I feel so bad. I backed up and accidentally stepped on my kitty cat Moon. Purple and green. I love purple and green. It makes the best dark green. So we've already had the horses come by today. And since we are out in front of my house, you never quite know who or what's going to drive by or ride by or stop and say hello, because they don't always expect me to be painting. When we do the nightshade in the backyard, it'll be a lot less chance of that. So there we go. Okay. There is our basic background. for our little wisteria. And this is just a baby plant. These things get huge and gorgeous. They can lift up entire decks, you know. Okay. All right, there's that. Now we need to mix some purple and some white and come up with a different value scale of purple. So make it a little lighter. Oh, thank you, sunshine. That helps the viewers. A little darker, a little alizarin even in some of it. Not too much. Okay, and then squint, and you're going to put the dark where you see the dark. I'm really squinting and looking at this, so. A little bit lighter. And we've got some real light up here at the top. I'm going to add more white to it. More white, more white. I'm going to add a little Naples yellow in there. I guess I need a cleaner brush. I just see some Naples in here. A little bit here and there. You have to paint what you see, not what you know. Okay, so see how I'm just slowly going through and putting in what I see, where I see it, trying not to have it too heavy. Certain areas are darker, and you know, there's a little more alizarin in there, right? So we'll put it in there. Not sure what that odd sound was. Could have been my kitty, could have been a wild creature. We've got a lot of wild creatures around. Okay. So what we need to do next is more just lilac kind of colors in here, I see. And at the end, we'll put some real highlight on it. But I'm just painting what I see. And there is a little green in there and a little, some other stuff too. Usually I don't do the flowers first, do I? I usually do the green first, but. Okay, so I see in here, every once and again, just a little really bit of dark. So if you see it, you have to put it in or it won't look right. Okay. Up here too. Everybody getting that? So we're slowly building our flower. I wonder if I set it right there. Oh, that's good. You guys could see it. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is take a palette knife, lift up any extra paint you might have on there. Just dry like that. We're just going to lift it up. Happy, fun little paint lifting. That way we don't have polka dots. You don't want polka dots. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is our green. So I've got some sap green. I've got some yellow ochre. I've got some cad yellow. And we've got some white. So we want our sap green a little darker. You add purple. Makes a dark green. And then we're going to do our value scale. If you don't know how to do that, I have a video on values. I highly recommend you check it out. Okay, so the stem on this, we're going to use a little cad yellow, light and white, just a little, because it's very, very light. It's almost glowing, isn't it? And I'm barely touching the board, barely touching it. And when I look up, you know, you got a couple little like that. And then for the greens, go back to your value scale here. And we're gonna put our greens in. I want a little darker. I'm gonna add a little purple to my sap and viridian green. By the way, if you don't have sap green or viridian green, that's fine. You don't have to have it. You can use whatever green you like. Just learn how to make a value scale and mixing it with yellows and whites so that you have all different values. Because when you look at something, your brain tells you it's green, but in reality, there could be white and gray and pink and yellow and all kinds of different things in there. So like these leaves are being hit by the sun in certain places. So I want to just try and record what I see without chasing the light. So I'm trying to paint this very quickly. All right, and back here we have a little green, goes into this one. We're going to add what I call ghosts, suggestions of things in the background, but not necessarily things. We're going to have a little ghost here. A ghost, woo, hello. Isn't that fun? It happens. All right, now I'm just suggesting things. I had somebody say, you make it look so easy. Well, I have been doing plein air for 14 years, so I've been doing this for a minute. Doesn't mean it's any easier. You still go through all the same problem solvings. It just means sometimes you have some tricks up your sleeve, right? Paint what you see. Paint what you see. This has a shadow through it. I use my fingers a lot too, by the way. You'll notice. It'd be like, hey, see, so like I'll take a dark color like that and just stick it on there because I can. Why not? It's fun. Have fun painting. Okay, so there's your basic wisteria. And then when you look, really stop and look, there's a little bit of this light green inside here, a little bit. So we want to suggest a little bit. Don't want to overdo it, and there's actually a little bit of brown. So take a little burnt sienna in there too. You should have to look real close to see it. Okay. Now, finish up your purple wherever you think it should go. Like in the bottom of this one, definitely we need to finish, and I think it needs to be darker. Dark purple's always better. When you mix a little alizarin, just makes it a little more believable. There goes cars down to the beach. I live on an island. There's only 2 houses on my road. And there's always somebody going down to that beach. Usually kids, but adults too. Okay, so there's some really dark in here. Every now and then. Ow, mosquito. Plein air painting. You never know what to expect. There's always bugs. Okay. A little bit of Naples and white. Put a tiny bit of that lavender in there. While you guys catch up, I'm going to hit my leg with some bug spray. Ugh. Okay. All right. And we're just about done. We've got about 1 more minute here of highlights we're going to stick in. And when I squint and I look at it, I really see a lot of highlights up at the top. So there it is. Now, to make this pop out more, what you need to do is take some real darks, real dark, purple, black, really darks, and just put them in certain spots that kind of direct the eye. So all of a sudden it reads as Wisteria. And then you just kind of go through and tidy it up. A little green here, green here. There's probably a little ghost here. And this probably is nice and light here. And there it is. All done. So, I think it's all done anyway. Maybe a little more really light yellow, green in here. That's better. So there it is. And now we have a little wisteria to add to our collection of the many little yard flowers I've been doing. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank all my subscribers. If you like my video, hit like and subscribe. It's free. And thank you to all my Patreon followers. I'd love to see your wisteria paintings in the comments. Have a wonderful, magical day. Bye.